Hey, what's going on, guys? It is Rod with the Hodler Fud Crypto, your new source for all things cryptocurrency. Well, guys, we're back at it. We're diving into something that we talked about at the start of April. Actually, it was more towards the end of March. And what we thought that was going to happen actually came through and happened for us. We absolutely nailed the prediction for it. So if you guys want to go ahead and you want to click up here and watch the video that I did about Holochain, or HOT is the token name, and how it performed through April, where I said it would do a 300 to 400% gain just in the month of April alone. We hit a 334% gain, bringing this thing up over 2 cents. We almost hit actually just over 3, but it was up over 2 cents when we finally sold out on it. But here's the thing, guys. It's actually setting itself up to maybe get into that same kind of channel. We're going to see it bounce up. So what are some things we liked about Holochain, with it being a peer-to-peer network that's trying to increase the transaction speeds and scalabilities? We're talking about keeping storage nodes offline. So a lot of that data staying off chain and then being pulled into chain when it needs for certain applications for sharing and transferring all that data. So we've seen a really big pullback from Holochain, or HOT, and people maybe are looking at the chart and they're saying, well, what's going on? Why are so many people talking about it right now? Well, if you do a quick little scroll through Twitter, at the start of May, or about a week ago, Holochain accepted a challenge on how they can fix the usability case for something like DocuSign. And DocuSign, for those of you who don't know, is a really big program where you can sign documents electronically, and then now they're trying to get that to be a use case for the blockchain, but DocuSign has their reservations about it. Well, what is DocuSign really used for a lot? Well, we talk about it signing documents, and when do you sign a lot of documents? When you sell houses. Buying and selling real estate, DocuSign was the preferred program for the realtors to send for everybody to go out and sign. So we've got a company now looking at how they can make those immutable contracts happen on a blockchain. And really, at the end of the day, if you sit there and you think about it, and how the use case for blockchain and real estate could really marry itself very well. In case you don't really know, all of us who own a house or have a mortgage, that very well could be treated as an NFT. And then now we've got DocuSign helping us with those smart contracts of an NFT. We're really looking at something a lot bigger and where this thing can blow up and go to. So Holochain's gone out, and now they're into this challenge to make the technology work with DocuSign and blockchain to help with the sale of houses and any other kind of contract that are being signed with DocuSign. So really potentially big news on how we can marry this into real life applications and where we think it can go. Well, if you look at the charts, you can see that we have stumbled quite a bit here, and it's not uncommon for these things to pump up and then have their corrections. From the peak of this down to where we are today has been a 60% retracement, but you know, they always say a 30 to 40% retracement is healthy in a bull run. We had that. We absolutely, almost exactly, if I want to pull this up and look at it, the first retracement was 49%, and then we started to stack some accumulation. Then what happened? Somebody rug pulled the market from us one more time, causing another 20% correction in almost everything. There was some really solid fundamentals out there for projects like Cardano and Nano, but Nano's had another correction. Cardano seems to be plotting pretty strong right now. So what really could be happening here is Holochain setting itself back up. And what I like about where it is right now is the chart showing me it's on a downward trend, but we've now broken that downward trend, and we're sitting on the top side of that downward trend. And we were actually able to set up another little bull pennant. Sorry, it was a bear pennant And we're now breaking out of that bear pennant right now. So the last time we saw something like this with Holochain was right around about 2 months ago when I did the video for Holochain, where I said that it was going to do a 300 to 400% April. I really do think that this thing's setting itself up to go through another run like that. Holochain right now is just 1.1 cents. So it is a super cheap, lucrative project to get in and invest in for the upcoming bull months, or the hot summer, as some of us want to call it. And where do we think this is absolutely going to go? Well, I would say if we can continue to break out of this downward ascending bull or bear pennant, oh God, I gotta get this in my head. It's a bear pennant because it's showing a very bearish trend on the chart. But it's now getting out of it and breaking up, and it's actually going up above the EMA ribbons, and we're now above the EMA 20. We're now looking at we could maybe go into doing something very substantial here in the near future. So if I had to put a time frame on this, I would say by the end of June, Holochain should be at least flirting with its new all-time high up above 3 cents. And that's just saying what we're seeing right now on the charts is it's starting to rhyme with what happened when we first fell in love with Holochain and our investment. We've got a lot of people talking about it on social network now. So there's some really big things I think that are going to happen for Holochain as it flips out of this downward trend and starts to push upwards. I wanted to jump on and let you guys know that this is definitely something I've been waiting for it to happen, because this is just too strong of a project. And now that they're trying to fix some scalability issues with outside programs like the DocuSigns, and try to fix that information that it can now transfer in blockchain, huge real life applications on blockchain, especially with something as strong as our real estate market and signing that information. That's massive news. So if Holochain can pull this off and get the communication and the because the thing with DocuSign is people sign those documents and then parts of those things change, so it'll have to stay as an off-chain transaction until it's accepted by both parties, and then pop onto a blockchain as an immutable contract. And what that really is just showing is why Holochain might be able to fix that, is because where does Holochain store most of its data in that process? Well, it keeps most of their information off chain until it needs to be transitioned to chains for transactions. So Holochain might actually be setting itself up to absolutely solve this riddle and make this into something that is fluid for the blockchains to actually start replicating this information on the blockchain itself. So really big things here. I've always really liked Holo. It made us a lot of money in our 3K or 300 to 10K challenge. But I really do feel that we're setting ourselves back up, pushing upwards here. It's absolutely going to pop. Now, this is not financial advice, guys. This is just my own personal opinions, but I really do like where Holochain is at right now. So definitely something to watch here. If we can get some more forward momentum, that's where we want to start looking for buying signals. So guys, you might ask, we're in a downward trend. When's a good time to buy? And I get that question a lot. Or do you think it's going to consolidate here for a little bit? Do you think it might pull back further? Now, we can't really tell exactly how the market's going to react in every scenario. But what it needs to do for us is actually start to at least start to move forward. So we want to see more opens lower and closes higher. So we want to see those things starting to step up and really start to ramp up. Now, if we can get a couple of big green candles here, we're definitely looking at moving forward. So I don't want to tell you that today is the best buying opportunity, but we are at a low in the market right now for Holochain. As long as we don't continue to fall below a penny, we're in a really good situation where the thing is going to pop up. If we get below that penny, then we're going to want to see it recover and get back above the trend line. But guys, that's what I got on Holochain and where we're looking. Right now, we're looking like we're setting up for a really good buying period. As long as we can keep this thing moving positively, you're going to see a big pop here shortly. So Holochain looks like it's going to be something we're adding back into our portfolio relatively shortly. I want to get this information out to you before it has massive pop-ups because I want you to be able to get back in and do some more research on it and look for your buying signals. I do not feel that Holochain is done. We have had a couple of really big run-ups this year, but I do not think that this is done yet. Anyways, guys, that's what I got for you today on Holochain. It's going to absolutely kill it for us again this summer. I'm looking for buying points to add to my portfolio for this thing. Got to get into my wallet again. Protect yourself. Don't wreck yourself. Hodler Fudd out.